Damn you.
And we are live. Episode 3. Welcome to the Lane Change podcast. Today in the studio is myself, Robin. I got Tyrus here.
What's going on?
Nicholas.
What's up?
We are short Matt and AJ tonight. Did everybody have a good Christmas? Let's start off with that. Start off with Christmas. Because I had a good Christmas.
I had a good Christmas / birthday.
Yeah, you did have a birthday.
It was your birthday.
It was my birthday.
Happy belated.
Oh, thanks.
Happy belated.
You know, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Happy belated birthday. So you get dual gifts?
No, I don't get dual gifts.
Why not? That's how it works, Nick.
So you pick which one to celebrate, either your birthday or Christmas, right?
No. It's breaking up half days. So the morning's Christmas.
Oh.
In the evening
is birthday.
You get wild.
Get wild. Because then, you know. Yeah, no, I don't get wild. I gotta work the next day, which was today. So it was definitely not wild.
No drinks?
No. Little sip of whiskey.
Oh, hold on. By the way, this episode is sponsored by nobody. Just want to throw that out there. Forgot that.
We gotta get that on a t-shirt.
That would be amazing. This episode is sponsored by. Oh, we should get that on t-shirt.
Just get like a front, like "Welcome to the podcast." Welcome to the Lane Change podcast, and on the back, sponsored by nobody.
Yo, you might have to trademark that. Get that on a t-shirt.
Would be pretty funny.
We might have to cut this out of the podcast, not to give everybody any ideas.
Yeah.
No. Hey, but the YouTube channel is actually getting there, though. We're getting some good views and times on the videos and things like that.
Yeah, what our first video got up to 92 views last time I checked.
I'm gonna check it now. I'm curious, but yeah, I wasn't surprised. You know, we're still at 11 subscribers, but you know, we'll get there. I think if we keep putting out more videos and stuff like that, we'll be straight. Yeah, 92 views for the first one, 63 for the second, 10 for the video one that was uploaded this morning.
Nice.
So I finally figured out how to get everything down, so we'll start being more consistent.
So, not to burst our bubble about that though, but you said we had 11 subs.
11 subs.
3 of those are me.
Three of them probably the people in the room.
I'm just saying because I got multiple channels. I have the one that I use to watch my whatever it is I want to watch, and then I had a gaming YouTube channel that I set up, but I fell off of that, so I let my daughter watch that because I let her use my other YouTube channel before, and she flooded me with Dave and Ava and all this other stuff.
That's how Netflix was for me. When I had my Netflix right, I let my daughter on my Netflix, and next thing I know, all my hits are gone. I'm like, my shows are gone.
I don't want to watch all this kiddie stuff.
Yeah, come on now. You have your own little profile. Yeah. That's what they should set up with YouTube's profiles and things like that.
I thought you could do a profile.
I think
not
it's just
within
accounts.
an account, yeah.
Oh, not within an account. You mean have sub counts?
Yeah, like Netflix
sub-accounts. Yeah.
You got the one account with 3, or I think it's 3 that is the max, or can you do 4?
You can do 5.
Oh, I didn't know.
5 or 6 now, yeah. And I think the more you pay, the more you get.
Oh, okay.
You get things like that. But
I'm not I'm not caring about mine. Mine's free anyways. I'm bumming off my dad, so.
I think we bumming off Priscilla's dad. All right, so
bunch of bums up in here.
so Nick's the only one that pays for his.
Pays for what? I don't pay for Netflix. No.
Oh, don't call us bums then.
Yeah, well, I don't use Netflix.
You mean? You use the what's it called?
The streaming stuff.
Streaming
stuff. Yes.
He pays for Comcast every day.
I pay for internet,
movies, everything like that.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
So there was an attack on some tower. They said that
it happened Christmas Eve.
It was Christmas Eve.
It was a plaza up in Los Angeles, I believe.
Yeah, they said there was
there was a whole bunch of. They said they were European men.
European men with submachine guns.
They were heavily armed and everything.
With thick accents. But somebody saved the day, and it was Bruce Willis. So shout out to Bruce Willis.
Shout out to my man Bruce
for saving the day. I hope I can age like Bruce Willis. That's a gorgeous man right there. and he's gonna stay that way, like probably till he dies.
Yep. I don't know how they do it. It's insane.
Being rich. That
Well, yeah. I mean, that has its
that definitely
perks.
helps.
It has its perks.
All right. So what article you got up?
So, I thought it happened here in the States. This actually happened in Australia.
Okay.
This is from the Australia, and these two fathers were arrested on Christmas Eve and held over Christmas for buying fake replica guns that shoot gel. They're like gel projectiles that, instead of like Nerf or whatever, they shoot like little gel. I'm not sure exactly what they are, but they were arrested for that. And I was reading the article here, and so they were jailed on Christmas Eve and not allowed out on bail because, no one was there, right? Yeah. Or I guess, because no one was there or something. But accused wife killer and an alleged rapist were set free on bail. And these two fathers weren't. And apparently they're getting charged with 14 counts of possession of firearms, even though they're not fake real. Guns.
Okay, so what's considered a gun?
Well, they're replicas. I mean, like, you can see the pictures here. It looks like a real gun, but they each have a charger that you can plug into the wall to charge the gun. You charge it.
So it's almost like an airsoft gun.
It's like airsoft in a sense, but it's like a mix between like airsoft and Nerf, and it shoots. Like instead of like a Nerf dart, it shoots like a big gel thing, I guess, or something.
Well, Australia does have crazy. I mean, you can't own a gun in Australia, I believe. Somebody might have to fact check me on that, but I believe you can't own a gun unless you pass like a strict like background, because they everyone had guns.
He wasn't even allowed bail. He was denied bail.
Yes, I mean, did they have? I wonder if they had any like background, like a violent background, things like that.
Yeah, at least he didn't get shot. You hear the same. You hear the same thing going on here in the States, and
that's true.
Could be a little kid with a little water pistol that he painted black or whatever, and ended up getting shot on the playground.
Yeah. See, when I think of a replica gun, I think of a gun that doesn't work. It's just like it's metal. It looks like a gun. It feels like a gun.
No, these are. I mean, you can see them like they're plastic. There's wires hanging out of them, like this one right here. Look, there's a wire hanging out. It's completely tore down. Yeah. And look, there's a charge. This one's got the charger right there.
So wait,
and they come with.
There's like an airsoft gun.
They're the orange tips.
What were they have the orange tips? Were they like?
They were buying them for their kids.
So they were just
Christmas. They're presents for their kids because it's like that. I guess that's their.
So it's not like they were outside playing and like a neighbor scene. It was like,
they were in the. They were stopped, and then apparently, a couple minutes later, they came up with, we have probable cause to search your car. So then they searched the car
because someone reported that you were buying a bunch of guns.
I wonder if it's illegal to buy a gun. Buy the replica guns. That seems a weird.
Gel blasters are legal to buy and own in Queensland.
Illegal, you said?
No, legal.
Legal. Okay, legal. So legal to buy.
In other states of Australia.
So legal to buy.
Nope. Let's see if I read here. If I read the whole article, but are considered firearms in North-South Wales. It's North-South Wales or something, and effectively banned. So, I think they were traveling through North-South Wales, maybe.
Wait.
And that's why they got... Yeah.
North-South.
I think I looked it up. I think that's what it's called.
North and South?
Like, you got a city in the north and the south of the city.
New South Wales. Sorry, New South Wales. Sorry if there's any Australians watching. My bad.
That's... Okay. So they were traveling through.
They might have been traveling through because it was like... I think they said it was like 2 a.m.
Why are they purchasing... See, this is all kinds of shady. Now, why are you getting pulled over 2 a.m?
Well, maybe because it was a long drive.
Because they knew they were doing something.
No, maybe it was a long drive because it's all the way at the bottom. It's all the way in the bottom east coast, down south, all the way in the eastern coast of Australia.
Okay, I mean,
it all depends on where they. It doesn't say where they were from or. They were pulled over. They were pulled over Sunday. So that means they were held for like
for like
2-3 days without
3
bail.
days.
For buying plastic guns for Christmas presents.
Something's not adding up to that story.
Yeah,
something's not adding
There's
up.
some missing pieces there.
I mean, even if they get pulled over, I mean, unless the cop was like, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" You know, they're like, "Oh, we just bought some Christmas presents." "Oh, what are you guys buying?" "Yeah, we just bought some plastic guns." "Oh, really?"
I feel like there was like some run-in with like another customer at the store that they got this from, or some.
Or if they bought it from illegally, like they didn't go through a store. What do you still like registering them and things like that?
Yeah, but how would you register them? It's not like they have to have a serial number on them. They're fake.
Or maybe you have to just go through a background check to buy them. If they're considered a firearm,
Only in that one, I guess you could say, state in Australia.
look. Well, to touch on the rapist, that's all alleged.
No. It's alleged wife killer and
Alleged wife killer. So we don't know
alleged
if he
wife
did or
killer,
not.
but it was a
Look, we don't know if this guy killed his wife, but we
No,
know
sorry.
these guys have these guns.
Accused. Accused wife killer and alleged rapist.
Look, be honest, like I feel like if you're alleged,
But they got
rapist,
bail.
Yeah, you should not get bail. Like if you're alleged to rape somebody, they should like get to the bottom of it by by the end of the night. Like they should put you in the lineup right away. Get the woman there. Like, look, this is what happened. All right, who's the guy? And they put your name, then you should get.
Well, you go see. I think a lot of women don't come forward.
That's true.
See, that's something I'm looking forward to explaining to my oldest. You know, when she get the age, it's like, look, if you gotta say something. You can't wait around years and years, and then expect to say something. You gotta say something right away.
I've been debating the same thing
You know?
myself. Because it's just.
You know what? Just tell them you guys have a great uncle that will just
that will take care
take care of it. Not me, obviously.
Nick coming in with an electric fake gun.
No, not me. Pepper him with some Joe rounds.
Some Joe rounds. But no, I mean, I've been trying to put myself in a female's perspective with this, and I can't really grasp the fact of waiting so long for something happened. You know?
Yeah.
Because it's probably because they're ashamed.
Well,
or embarrassed, or
just the whole
whole
make them look. I mean,
now if you're famous,
perspective of what other people would think of them. You know,
if you're famous, I understand completely.
Even if
you're messing with your at that point you're messing with your money, right? Mm-hmm. Like I'm gonna be like with the Harvey Weinstein, Stein stuff. It's like, look, if I say something, this guy that popular, I'm going to be blackballed from this industry.
Mm-hmm.
That I understand to an extent. But at the end of the day, wrong is wrong. You know what I mean? Like, if you have the evidence, if there's nothing shady about your story, you were at this place at this time and he did this, and you said no, then if you go to the police, you just should be without a doubt, they get charged and put away.
But at the same time, I feel like just the timing of when a lot of women do come out, it just kind of throws things off and makes it look even worse on them. Like, a lot of them come out when the person that they're accusing of raping them is about to come into either money or some great deal of success. That's when they decide to come out and say, no, he raped me.
Yep.
So, I mean...
Yeah, it's something usually like Donald Trump, and he was about to become president or whatever, and, they came out and said... Well, they didn't say... Hold on. They didn't say he did anything.
Who?
Trump.
Did what? What do you... I mean...
They didn't say he didn't, rape anybody or things like that. He just had sex with porn stars.
His only thing was he tried to get the woman to sign an NDA.
Yeah.
No, she did.
She did.
Yeah, she did, and she still came out, so...
And she has to pay Trump now all his legal fees and things like that.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
Which is hilarious.
I mean,
I think it's hilarious.
I bet money she made more money than that coming out than what she has to pay him.
Yeah,
she had a book come out.
Probably paid her.
Yeah.
People probably paid her for that information.
So, I mean, I'm sure she said, which a lot of people don't think. They're like, oh, she has to pay Trump legal fees. Like, yeah, but you know how much money she made from coming out on this stuff?
Interviews and everything.
Yeah, interviews and the book she had come out. But, like I said, when someone's only come up, that's usually when people come out, which is weird. It's like, if you go, the Cosby thing, right? You go 20, 30 years,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you don't say anything, and then all of a sudden you start saying things because other people are saying things. It's like, and Cosby wasn't coming up on anything.
Yeah.
He didn't have like a new show come out or anything. He didn't get, you know, a deal or something. You know, it is weird. You know, I can't get my mind around it. And I'm sure, you know, shame and things like that. But
I mean, it's a touchy situation. I mean, obviously we're not going to fully understand it because we're guys. I mean,
True, but okay, I mean, there's some things that we won't understand, we'll never understand.
But if there's a female listener that actually wants to come out and explain this to us on the podcast,
feel free to we'll keep it
up.
audio. You don't have to show your face. You can stay anonymous.
Yeah, like I said, because I mean, at one point we're, you know, at least me and Tyrus, we're gonna have to explain to our daughters this, and we gotta, you know, because they're gonna have questions and things like that. We gotta make sure that, you know, we lead them down the right path. Because like I said, I don't.
That just reminds me of you always making fun of me saying I got little babies running around in Japan.
Nick has kids in Japan. I bet money he has kids in Japan.
Come on, I went there once for 6 months.
That's all it takes. 6
and
months.
apparently I got kids.
Yeah, you left.
I got kids.
You just left some things
3 months left. You left.
Yeah. So to go back to caveat off of our story talking about Trump.
Yeah.
I just read an article that kind of makes me mad at him.
Okay.
With good old SecDev Mattis.
Yes. So if you haven't heard, what? Go ahead and
the glorious Jane Mad Dog Mathis was okay. This is what pisses me off.
Yep.
Was putting in his resignation for the beginning of February or the end of February.
Okay.
Because apparently Trump is pulling all the troops out of Syria, allegedly. I mean, obviously we're not going to get the full story until anything happens. But even after that,
so they said Trump said that we won.
No, he didn't.
Defeated ISIS in Syria. That's what I heard.
That's what you heard.
That's what I read. I think he tweeted that.
Did he tweet that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he tweeted that.
He tweets a lot.
Okay,
you can't believe everything he tweets.
No, he says we gotta believe it.
And see, was it last Thursday? He put in his he put in his tenure letter.
Yep.
And because of what Trump was doing, pulling the troops out and everything, and you know, he spent 4 decades in the Marine Corps, so he's all about alliances and everything, like as it shows here in this article and everything. Well, Trump took it a step farther, and he's kicking Mattis out January 1. He's not even letting him retire.
Wow, okay.
Dang.
He's kicking him out on the 1st and appointing his other one, whoever.
Yeah, I forgot his name.
I don't care what his name is. How are you going to kick out a man who's literally served his entire life?
I mean, Trump's not one to really...
Basically, as the Secretary of Defense. I mean, his life has been defending this country.
He's one to burn bridges.
Trump tweeted on the 19th, after historic victories against ISIS, it's time to bring our great young people home. And that was towards this whole Syria thing.
19th, when was that?
That was the 19th. That was Wednesday. Last Wednesday, a week from today.
And Thursday, he put in his tenure letter. I can't even say the word right now.
So that tells me that they're not on the same page.
No, that's why he probably put it in, because you got to think, that man's got tons of knowledge in his head. He's been everywhere. He's done everything. Yeah. He was literally in charge of the entire Marine Corps. And
this is the problem I had with pulling out of Syria was that, you know, I can understand pulling out of Syria, just saying, you know, look, we've utilized all our resources here. You know, we're at a point where I think it's okay, we can go home. But he's saying we defeated ISIS in Syria. ISIS is not defeated in Syria. You can't defeat an idea. You know what I mean? It's you might be able to, you know, it's like Al Qaeda, for example. You know, they say, oh, we defeated Al Qaeda. No, you can't defeat an idea. You know, ISIS, the idea of ISIS is, you know, it's global now. It's a bunch of people follow it, a bunch of people carry out attacks. You know, you might go out and do something and be like, yo, ISIS inspired me to do it. You can't, like I said, you can't defeat an idea. Like I bet that you're gonna start seeing some more attacks in Syria with ISIS and things like that. But that whole thing tells me that at least Trump and Mathis are not on the same page. Clearly. If they were on the same page, he
would stay in office.
Yeah, he would have stayed in office.
But it's just not. I guess it's not working out. And even that, this man is so dedicated to supporting his troops and military around the world. The man was in his office on the 3rd floor of the Pentagon, Christmas Day, working.
Yeah.
That man loves his country.
Even after you put in your resignation, things like that.
Yes. And then finding out that you're actually being forced out instead of... This man has devoted his entire life to this country.
Yeah.
And Trump is literally dragging him through the mud. That's what I think.
Yeah.
By doing this to him.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah, it's just like I said, when he resigned, it just sounded shady, because it just when I heard everything, I was like, something's not adding up. Something's gonna come out eventually that something was definitely not adding up with that. But I just think it's one of those things where Trump could just put a tally in his column and say, "Oh, we won, we did this. While I was president, we defeated ISIS and
I brought the troops home.
Yep.
I put him there. I think Obama put him there. But he at least he can say I fixed what he did. I brought
that's probably how he's going to spin it.
Yeah, that's how I think he'll spin
I think that's how he's going to spin it. But
no,
this is something we've seen him do before. He's getting a whole lot of bad publicity. Where I'm
yeah.
I had the same thing you can. I can't say that.
I can't. It's trouble to see.
He's getting a lot of bad media for him wanting to have the $5 billion wall. So he tries to do something else to cover it up and get in the good graces of people.
Yeah. We got to talk about the wall too, because on last Wednesday we touched on it a good bit. There was another kid that died. I don't want to talk about it anymore because I think we summed it up.
There's not much you can talk about.
It was the same thing. It's just that if you put any kid in a marathon like those kids were going through, like the bottom of South America to Mexico, kids are gonna die. Kids are not made to be traveling that long.
Have you seen the GoFundMe?
No.
The GoFundMe war that's going on.
That's the stupidest thing.
You see the three main ones that are going on right now
for the wall.
Yeah.
No, I only saw
there's one for support and build the wall. Yeah. Their goal is like $10 billion or something. Yeah. Apparently I don't know what it was at now, but last time I checked it was at like $15 million.
Yeah.
God.
The second one,
Mexico's gonna pay for it.
The second one was ladders to get over the wall.
Oh, why couldn't I have thought of that?
And that one was only at like 73,000. Even that was at 73,000.
That's a lot of ladders.
73,000 is a lot of ladders.
$72,000 for ladders is a lot of money.
You want to know what the third one was?
What?
Mines to stop the ladders from going up. And that one was at $1.5 million for mines to lay down.
So I'm looking at one right now. It says it's the "We the People will fund the wall."
Yes.
That goal is $1 billion.
Is it 10? I thought it was $10 billion.
No. $1 billion.
Yeah, is it $1 billion?
Is it $1 billion? What's it at right now?
17 million.
Yeah. 17,327,000.
And that is real money that people have.
Yeah.
So if I read this correctly, even if it does get funded through GoFundMe, whatever, right?
It says it's raised by 2,085 people.
Or only 2,000?
No, I mean 285,000 people.
285,000 people.
Like $5 a person, I think.
I don't know.
Maybe. Something like that.
It was what, 17?
17 million and 285,000, just about.
It is about $60.
$60? Oh, I was way off.
$60.
Well, that's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money
per person. About average.
That's
like
2 tanks of gas, dude.
Yeah, who's paying?
Who's putting $60? Man, those are some.
Yeah, dude.
I was gonna say it, but I'm not gonna say it. You know what I was gonna say. You know what I was gonna say.
The ladders to get over Trump's wall.
Yes.
$152,000.
They were at 73. Hey man,
their goal is $100 million.
Yeah, a lot of ladders.
And that's 6,000 people that raised that much money.
See, not that many people. So now look at mines.
But they raised it in 6 days.
Now look up mines to lay around the wall, or mines for the wall, or whatever. To stop ladders.
The thing about this, the guy who put that GoFundMe up gets that money.
Yeah. That's the dumb part about it.
You can't. Is it
no?
Or his thing.
Go on. I got a story after that.
He gets the money, and then GoFundMe takes a good percentage out of that. But if I read it correctly, none of that money can actually be put towards the wall. Like, it's against the law that you can't take money from. You can't like go.
You can't.
go,
Because
it's like a government thing. Like you can't do it. It's, you know.
Which that reminds me of it was an old story. I don't know how old it was about the home. Have you ever heard that story where the homeless guy gave his last $20 to he had I guess he got $20. Someone gave him $20. He gave his last $20 to a family that was stranded on the side of the road to fill up to go get gas so they could go somewhere. Well, they started to GoFundMe.
Okay. Yeah.
They started to GoFundMe to raise money for him. They raised 6 figures.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they kept the money. They didn't give it to him. So he took them to court and won.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, because they had
his
name.
And they spent some of the money. So they had to give him. They lost. So they had to pay all the legal fees and then had to pay him. They had to give him the remainder of the money they had.
And then make up the
and then some for whatever they already spent. The homeless guy was trying to do a good deed, and these people go and use him to make more money.
But I also heard it in different ways. Also, I mean, well, not that same situation, but I heard or actually watched, I should say, because there's a couple of YouTubers I've seen that have actually started GoFundMe's for homeless people also.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's kind of hard to see because obviously they're editing a lot of the stuff, so you don't know. They're like editing it a certain way to spin it to make it look better, than like more drama than what it is or whatever.
Yeah.
But a guy basically did the same thing, did a whole bunch of good deeds for this guy, and then he ended up starting a GoFundMe for him. And then got the guy a bank account to put the money into and all this other stuff. Basically, I'm not going to go through everything, but he basically literally did a lot for this guy. And then as soon as the guy got the money, he just like cut off all ties with him. Like,
look, I don't blame him.
I mean, in the video that he posted, the guy took the money and he ended up tracking him down because the YouTuber had been trying to contact him for a minute.
Yeah,
and he ended up tracking the guy down to a hotel or a motel. And found him in there, was knocking on the door, dude didn't come out. He ended up calling the cops while inside his hotel room. But his 2 neighbors that were on each side of him said, yeah, man, this dude, all he does is party. He has a whole bunch of strange women coming in and has drugs and all this other stuff going on. So, I mean, like, I think he raised over $15,000 for this guy. And
yeah, that's crazy. When you really start to think about it, like, that's a lot of money. And, I mean, do you think how many people was it? 250,000 people? 200.
Yeah.
You think they're gonna do a class action lawsuit because this guy doesn't build a wall? Probably not.
No, they'll probably just request for their money
Probably
back.
Yeah.
Which
with their banks or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd like to see actually how much money he actually gets.
I couldn't find the one about the mines.
They're probably like, look, they're probably thought we're gonna kill people with these mines. We'll take this down. we can't have this.
That's still crazy that people will raise that much money.
So, does the wall get built? Yes or no? Because the government's still shut down.
Yeah, the government. I mean, I guess we should talk about that too. The government.
He's not going to open the government until there's money for the fund.
When did it close again?
I think right before Christmas. I think Friday.
Was it Friday?
Friday, it closed.
Well, I mean, the government closed. I guess the president can just go out and do whatever he wants, right?
Yeah.
At this point,
he went to Iraq on Christmas.
Yeah, he did.
I don't think did he?
Yeah.
The president went to Iraq on Christmas.
Him and the first lady, they went to Iraq.
I've heard. So I read an article saying that he hasn't visited anybody overseas.
No,
this was just published a few hours ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
He went last night, like late.
Troops.
Hey, good for him. Good for him. But is this wall going to be built up?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is this wall going to
But then again, that was from the White House.
Yeah.
Representative said that he went there. So, air quotes.
Okay. Because that was trending that he hasn't visited any troops and things like that.
My views about it are basically the same way Matt's views were. Because I listened to the first podcast and heard his because I wasn't here, obviously. But what he said basically, I'm fine with immigration as long as you're coming over here doing it the right way. If you're willing to work, Because there's a lot of we're lazy. There's a lot of jobs that we need done, but we don't want to do it.
Let's be honest. I'm not picking strawberries for $8 an hour.
Yeah. So I mean, if someone wants to come over here and do it the right way,
picking jobs, really? That's what you're gonna go with?
Well, I said picking just because.
Picking strawberries.
In California, we get a lot of produce from California, and there's a lot of immigrants that work and.
I mean, there's a lot of vineyards over there too.
Like they hire good money at vineyards.
Yeah, as long as they're willing to come in here and work hard.
Speaking of vineyards, I had tried some good wine from South Africa. My brother got me the other day. It was amazing.
Really?
Throw that out there. Good wine.
It's good for you.
But yeah,
thanks for sharing.
I know.
I'll try to visualize the taste now.
I am too. What was the flavor?
I don't know. It was a mix of a bunch of things.
Well, that narrows it down to an exact flavor.
It was a red blend.
I'm about to say
red blend. See, it was a red wine.
Don't get me started with like the wine taste. I taste hints of dates and.
No, I was literally just was it sweet? Was it dry?
It's been in between. It was a little dry, but
was the finish dry?
No, it wasn't even like that. It was like the first taste, but like it was smooth. Like it was like.
Oh, it was smooth. Yeah,
you didn't have no lingering or anything like. I said it was good.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with the red wine because you get your dry wines. Your white wines are like super dry.
Yeah. If
you don't get the right one.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of white wine. I love red wine.
This is like Yellowtail. You're drinking it by the bottle.
Yeah. Or it's like a nice.
What's the dessert wine? What's it called? Starts with an M, I think. Moscato. Drink that stuff by the bottle. Yeah.
Moscato's good.
You just drink that stuff by the bottle.
Port's good too. It's like the red equivalent of Moscato, which is good, but it's only port if it's made in Portugal, so it's a little pricey some places. But no, I don't think the wall will get built. Not like how Trump wants it. I think they'll compromise. I think they'll end up compromising on something.
Oh yeah, he's definitely still going to get his way.
But there's a wall already there.
I think. Yeah, I mean, there's fences. There's fences in some part. I mean, there's no way they can build a wall. I mean, they could. They could. But right now, there's areas where there's just miles of fence with barbed wire, which, I mean, you kidding me? That's easy.
Which I think you should just upgrade that. I think to build Trump's wall, they should take money directly out of the military.
Really?
I think so.
Right out of the military?
I think they should take it out of the military.
The military budget?
The military budget. Because I think it kind of falls in the same place in a sense, or not military, but whatever's funded through
defense,
border patrol,
the border patrol. That's a well, no, okay, no. I see what you're saying. That would be
to compensate for the extra securities should compensate for something.
So you're saying he should pull funding from the border patrol to fund the wall?
Well. So it's like this. It's like this.
You gotta be careful, man. Because if you start saying you're pulling money from the military,
hot take alert.
My boys down in the South are gonna be like, woo.
How can I word this?
They're gonna be heated. Come on, guys. I'm looking out for you guys.
So say you need to buy new tires for your car, right? Okay. You buy new tires for your car, but you don't upgrade. Say it's about to be winter time and you need new tires, but it's like
you buy the cheaper summer tires because they're cheaper.
Buy the cheaper, No, not even like that. How can I? I'm just trying to say, look, if you build a wall to protect us against immigrants coming over, right? We're going to be more protected. That means there's going to be less, people there physically.
Be less jobs needed.
I was like, it should come out of a place where it kind of affects it in a sense. If we're throwing all this money to do this, let's take money from doing that, build the wall up, and then that's where that gap is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why I said military for a little bit because, I mean, you have the National Guard down there now.
Yeah. Which, I mean, the National Guard, they have engineers. They have all that. So they could, I mean, the military could build the wall.
So I'm sure there's a budget for something like this within the military of saying, like, look, we need to have troops stationed here, it'll come out of this budget. This is where
that's another thing.
From,
That's another thing. I think there's only the National Guard and I think it's the Marine Corps, the only branches, that are allowed, the president's allowed to deploy on U.S. soil.
Okay.
he can't deploy any other branch on U.S. soil, like
Or
the
would-
National Guard,
yeah.
how they were deployed to
Yeah.
Texas or
Yeah.
wherever. He couldn't tell the Army or the
Yeah,
Air Force
true,
or the Navy
true,
to.
yeah.
He can't take a
Because
Navy vessel.
It would have to be a federal order and things like that. It would have to go through.
It would have to go through a whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
He doesn't have. I mean, he has the power to deploy the National Guard like he did.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he has the power to do that with the Marine Corps as well because they're a branch of the Navy. They're
Yeah.
not. They're like a subgroup of the Navy,
Mhm.
so he can deploy them.
Yeah.
But
Okay, no, that makes sense.
he'll take the National Guard because
Yeah, I'm just
I mean,
saying, like,
there's a shit ton of them.
say if there's $1 billion set aside for just homegrown things for the National Guard,
yeah,
take 500 million of that, put it towards the wall, and then spread it out over how many years? Until it gets-
15 years.
15, 20 some years. Then boom, there you got your
Okay.
money.
I mean,
Or just don't buy a couple of jets from Lockheed Martin for a couple of years. Just saying. I'm just saying. That's where I'm. That's
we don't need
what I'm saying,
any. We
rational.
don't need any more jets.
I'm saying, don't take.
We got A-10 Warhawks.
What I'm
That's all we
saying
need.
is, don't take money out of schools. Don't take money out of
FEMA.
FEMA, roads, and things that goes to the states for roads and.
Where's
Michigan
that money
still doesn't have
anyway?
water.
Where's that money anyway?
Don't take money from shit we haven't even seen yet.
Yeah, like, where is that road money?
No.
I'm still waiting on it.
Flint, Michigan still doesn't have water.
Yeah.
Yep. Which I don't.
Come
I
on.
don't understand
Come-
that.
And he's crying over a $5 billion wall.
It's like, come on, dude. You have people dying over there over poisoned water and things like that, but you're still focused on the wall. Look, you gotta come on. I know it's important. Don't get me wrong. I think, border security is important, but we also need to look after our people as well.
Yeah, I mean, you're protecting the borders, but what about the people within your borders
There you
that still need help?
Still need help. Still got homeless veterans out here. Still got people who can't get appointments at the VA and things like that.
God,
But we still focusing on this wall.
yep.
If you put this much energy into other things, I guarantee they'll get done.
Absolutely.
Like, look, we're gonna shut down the government until every say combat veteran has a home to live in. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with that. I have no problem.
I'm good with that too.
Put like a wall. Look, we haven't had a full wall since America's been here. I think we can make it a couple more years. We'll be all right.
I think like
we'll be all
there's
right.
only like 2 of those walls in the world anyway. You got the Great Wall of China.
Which worked for that time.
Man, that worked
That
for
thing
a
worked
while.
for that time.
Yeah, it did. And then there was the Berlin Wall.
Berlin Wall, where they tore that shit down.
I know that they tore it down, but it was there.
It worked.
It worked.
But again, you didn't have another country on the other side. You
just had your western neighbors.
yeah, things like that. And you had people
You
actually
just
on
had
the
the
wall.
east side.
And totally smaller scale.
Yeah, it was a smaller scale, but I mean, Great Wall of China, that was massive scale.
I would love to
was
see the Great
that was
Wall of
huge.
China.
I'd love to walk
I would
it.
love
You
to
can
see
walk it.
Yeah, you can walk it. I would love to see
Certain
it.
parts of it, yeah,
But
that'd be great.
I don't know if I'd go to an Asian country.
Why not?
I don't
Why not?
have, I don't have the. I would go to Japan, things
See,
like that. I don't know if I'd go to China. I mean, because
I'd
nothing in China like sticks out for me. Like, oh, I just want to go to China. No,
Besides the Great Wall of China,
I mean that's it.
but I'd be careful going to Japan because they hate us like a lot. They actually have a group.
Look, I have a German passport. I think I'll be all right.
Yeah, but you're not.
I'm not Asian, Nick.
You're not.
Did
You're not Japanese.
Did you just assume my
You
race?
just assume my race. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mr. Snowflake. You want a Tide Pod and a blanket?
Type out of blanket. Yes, I do. Yeah, I don't know nothing.
You go put your rainbow shirt on and sit in the corner.
Yeah, well, Robin's signing out. Gonna go sit in this corner. But
Now
no,
the
nothing.
snowflakes are gone.
Nothing in those Asian countries really like sticks out for me. Like I gotta see.
I mean, when I was in Japan.
Is there anything over there like you? Like,
Well, I mean, I wasn't really in Japan.
Yeah.
I would have loved to go see Tokyo.
yeah.
I was on
a.
I was on an island about 50 miles
Yeah.
south of Japan, in the middle of the ocean.
Sounds fun.
It was awful. It was
I
hot.
bet it was. Was it hot?
The humidity was terrible. It'd be like
Was it
it'd be
really?
like 96
Yeah.
and 100% humidity, so it would feel like 120, and it was
Jesus.
just dry.
See, when I think of like Japan and Asia, I don't think of hot.
No, this was
You know?
it was
I guess I never
disgusting.
thought about it either.
You would walk from the barracks to the chow hall, which was probably about a 30-second walk,
Yeah.
Full
and
on
you'd be
sweat.
like full on sweat, and that was like in the shade, and like at nighttime, full on sweat. Like it's terrible.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, it was
Yeah,
terrible
yeah.
because you always had to watch your shoulder, watch over your watch your back too, because the group that hates you.
They actually like trying to attack people. Like,
Dude, they post up. Oh my! So we had to convoy from a shipyard to the base where we trained in where we were training at with the standing militia of Japan, because they're not allowed to have an army.
Yeah,
that's right.
They're not allowed to have a standing army, so they have a militia. Well, we get to the shipyard. Streets are empty. There ain't nobody on the streets. We get in our vehicles. We about to roll out. We hit the road. The next 6 blocks, probably next 2 miles, the road was covered with people chanting, "Americans go home."
Really?
There was thousands of people. Yeah. There was a dude with a megaphone and 2 6-foot speakers on top of a hill, like yelling at us as we're driving by. You know what most of the guys were doing? They were waving at the guy. They were waving as we're driving by. Hey, it was hilarious.
Now, do you blame them? I mean, well, can you put yourself in your shoe and understand why they feel that way?
Well, yeah.
I mean, do they have a different viewpoint? Like, why do they? I'm gonna say, why do they?
They probably
so salty about World War.
They're probably
II?
Well, probably not that. They're probably just salty that we're still there.
Yeah.
We have 3 bases on Okinawa. Like,
I mean, I can.
They sit outside. They camp outside one of the bases, day and day night, protesting constantly. The whole 6 months I was there, they were there.
Wow.
I'm just tired of you being there.
They were always out there protesting.
That'd be a good documentary.
I would not go.
Really?
I would not go back there.
I feel like if you went to talk to them, try to get their viewpoint, I feel like they'll talk to you. I don't know.
Because apparently, no.
Oh, man,
like, we were not allowed to go anywhere by ourselves.
Yeah.
We had to have at least 2 or 3 people with us. Minimum 2.
If it's that intense, I don't think I would want to try to go.
If we left base, we had to have a minimum of 2 people with us.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And when we left base,
we're not going to Japan.
When we left base, it was like a probably maybe a 3-mile circle that I stayed in.
Were there ever any like physical altercations with them?
No.
So
I didn't. I didn't. I stayed away. The only place as soon as you leave base, you go down one road, you make a left, and there's 3 bars, and you walk in there, and you're good.
I'm sure it doesn't help about those stories you hear about like Marines like raping like Japanese women and bars.
No, that was.
Like that.
I think it was in Thailand or something.
Was it?
Yes. Well, what it was? Yeah, a Marine actually did kill. It was a hooker in Thailand or Korea.
Might have been Korea. Okay.
Because he got drunk, the buddy set him up with her, and she turned out to be him. So he went out the next night and killed her. Or him.
Look,
sounds crazy.
I mean, would you? I mean, I don't think I would. No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. No. I mean, I'd be upset. I'd be upset.
Absolutely, but I wouldn't go kill him.
I mean, I wouldn't tell anybody either. But I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Like, you have to have a real strong hate.
You do.
For you to actually go out and kill somebody. Not to understand, like, look, shit, you played a joke on me. It wasn't a cool joke. I'd be more upset at my friend than the person, you know. You think about it. Because, you know, he probably didn't know. Or she, I don't really know which one it is.
Yeah. No.
They probably didn't know.
Nope. No, but it's funny also in Japan, like 2 of the bars that are like right off base are owned by ex-military, like people that have gotten out that are still living there.
Smart.
Yeah, because I mean, every weekend, places are packed.
Yeah. Oh, I just mad at that. Yeah, they knew what they were doing. Yeah, man, we here every night, man. When we get out, man, we're gonna start something right here.
Yep.
They knew exactly.
And those are like the only places that people go to. Most of the time. Crazy. Most of the time, that place is always packed because it's a good atmosphere.
Yeah.
Drinks are good.
What areas were you all were you stationed at?
It was Okinawa, Japan, which is a little island. And then went over to Europe. Went to was it Bulgaria, right there next to the Black Sea.
Okay.
And Georgia, and my God, Norway.
Norway was your favorite?
Oh, Norway was great.
Yeah.
I definitely want to go back to Norway.
What made Norway so great?
Everything. The food. The people.
Do they all look like
The country.
the outsiders? Not the outsiders, but the free
Outland.
folk in Game of Thrones.
The free folk.
The free folk. But I think when I hear Norway, that's what I think of. I think of
You think of
red-
north of the wall?
Yeah, north of the wall. That's funny. That's
No.
what I think of.
Well, actually, when I was there, it was just completely snow.
Yeah.
It was just snow everywhere.
The winter is coming.
The winter was there.
Winter was there. Winter is here.
The winter was there.
No, that's funny.
Because the winter was definitely there because we also did the polar bear plunge while we were up there.
I remember you telling me about that.
What's that?
You jump in a frozen lake.
Oh hell no!
Jeez, man.
No.
Yeah, no, they
doing what?
cut like a I'd say probably like a 6x6 square out of the ice on top of a lake, and we got our clothes on and went woo, jumped in the hole.
Now, when you say we,
Everyone had to do it. Everyone. If you didn't do it, someone grabbed you, dragged you over there, and threw you in there to get your training done.
Yeah, that would have been 10 times worse.
man.
Yeah,
No,
someone just picked you
no.
up and grabbed you.
No, what was worse is when you jumped in, you had to go head, and you had to go completely underwater. But if you didn't, and you tried to get out, they kicked you back in. That was probably the worst part. Instead of just jumping in, going all the way under, and then coming back up and getting out, some people jumped in, only got chest deep, and then tried to climb out, but weren't allowed to. For training purposes, you had to go completely under. Because we were doing survival training, winter survival training on how to survive if that ever happened to you. It was terrible.
I can
and
imagine.
fun all at the same time.
Hard to imagine the fun, but I can imagine the terrible.
Come on. It was fun.
Okay.
I'm cold.
Especially
so.
I'm
because
cold
what
just thinking about it.
well, because what happened is you had a rope, so you had somebody else, like probably about 10 yards away, with a rope on too. That way, if needed be, there was always a rope. That way, they could pull you back out. You always had competitions. You wanted to see who could run out because you had to run out from the shoreline to the hole, which was probably about 25 yards. Jump in, and then climb out, and then run back, run up, and change clothes.
Can you imagine how small your balls must be after you get out of the water? Where'd they go? Oh my god, where'd they go?
What balls?
It's
retreat!
retreat!
Oh, I got my balls!
No, but then after I changed clothes, dried off, changed clothes, and ran around for 5 minutes, I was warm.
Yeah.
It was simple.
Yeah, probably help out in good situations. Know that even though you are this cold, like it will get better.
Yeah. Because then after that, we went and built a bonfire. The Norwegians were so chill. They're like, yeah, you guys are out here in the wilderness. You guys want to build a fire? Build a fire. We don't care as long as you put it out.
I mean, they got no choice but to be chilling.
It's so cold. It's like
everywhere we stopped, we
like
just
California
built a fire. Like you knew where we were because there was always like a little smolder everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. It's like here they are. They
must have been up here. Let's go that way.
That's funny. Oh yeah, that must have been cold.
It was cold, but that was probably the best experience I had.
Yeah.
The training I did up in Norway. Yes.
I would like
with the group of guys who did it with.
I would like to visit Norway. Norway would be cool.
The guys I went over in Europe with.
Yeah.
Probably the best bunch of dudes you ever hang out with. Yeah.
You still keep in contact with them?
Actually, I'm going to one of their weddings next year.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice,
he invited me. I keep in touch somewhat.
Yeah.
Facebook's good for something.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
No, he's getting married. Unfortunately, I mean, good for him.
Yeah, everybody get married.
Yeah.
Luke's got engaged. Even though, look, we all doubted Luke. Like we thought.
You thought.
I doubted him too, man. We were sitting there in the room waiting for him because he came home from the airport that same day, right? And we're like, damn, he probably left a ring in his suitcase. He probably left it in Germany. Like,
well, no, the first thing you told me was he probably didn't even buy a ring.
I didn't buy a ring. He's just telling people like, damn, last minute, like I went at the airport.
On the way back from the airport, yo, can we stop at Burger King? I need to get some onion rings.
Yo, I'm telling you, man, everybody doubted it, man. But no, he committed. He went through with it. He was good. So I wanted to touch on climate change a little bit because I think that's another hot point in today's society. What are your guys' views on climate change?
I don't know. I really don't have one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't really looked into it lately.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or,
definitely there's
like,
something that's different.
I mean, there's always gonna be something different.
I mean, just comparing it to our childhood growing up to now, like, I can at least remember 2 or 3 Christmases where there was at least snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, winter seems to be moving
Farther.
farther around the calendar.
Yeah.
I remember some years we'd have 3 to 5 feet of snow in mid-December, early December.
Yeah.
Now we're getting it January, February.
See, I don't think we have even been affected like by that much yet.
No,
I just think it's just been weird.
How about last Friday when it was 65 degrees
That was
outside?
crazy.
Yeah, that was
That was
ridiculous.
crazy.
Like,
I was like,
I,
huh?
it's like, what's going on? I thought it was winter. Yeah, it was the first day of winter. It was 65 degrees.
Yeah.
It's like, what do
And,
you?
you know, and I think that's a problem is because when people jump to climate change, they think about that. And I'm like, I don't think we've been affected by climate change yet, really. I think more maybe not our children, but maybe our great grandchildren. I think they'll start to feel it a little bit more.
Yeah.
I think it's a problem that we should be starting to pay attention to. Unless
Don't
we
worry.
have plans of getting off this earth.
Don't worry, Elon Musk has got us. He's got us.
Look, they're on the right place, but again, it's not gonna be our lifetime.
Nope, definitely
It's
not.
not gonna be our children's life. It's gonna take a couple generations to get there. You know?
He needs to watch Interstellar a few more times
Yeah.
and get the ball rolling.
But
Let's
look,
go.
he has that rocket that lands and stuff. Did you see that?
Yeah, the SpaceX. Is it the SpaceX?
So
Yeah.
the problem with space travel is the cost of it, really.
Mm-hmm.
So
And the time. I mean, and the travel.
in the travel thing, right? So in the travel thing, we can't really do anything with unless we figure out how to make more energy. If we can figure out how to make more energy, then we'll be fine. But until then, it is what it is, right?
Yeah, it takes what?
So
I can't remember. It's like 18 years or something to
Yeah.
get to Mars or some
yeah,
outrageous
something
number.
crazy. So what Elon Musk did was he created a rocket that you launch a rocket, and it'll put something in orbit. But the rocket, like the main stage of the rocket, doesn't crash back to Earth. It kind of hovers back down. Parachutes deploy, and then when it's just about to land, thrusters go back on and it lands
safely.
Yeah,
Nothing
it
wrong.
saves enough fuel to have thrusters so it can land itself to be reused.
So then they reuse the rocket and
So
things like
it
that.
cuts down.
Instead of it cuts down on
Cuts down on
cost,
money and things like that.
money.
But don't you also have to worry about the durability of the rocket on re-entry?
So
Yes.
at the point of where it's at, it's not
Actually,
it's not
no.
re-entering anything.
Yeah, because it hits a certain altitude, like right at that sweet spot, so where when it comes up and releases whatever it's the payload it's carrying, it just travels and then goes up into space, and then it itself uses its own thrusters to get into orbit.
Okay.
It's at like that pinnacle of
Yeah.
Earth where you can go up and go skydiving, to where you can go in those expensive airplane rides where
Yeah.
you can hit zero gravity in the atmosphere in the airplane and float around for like 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's pretty much you just have different stages of fuels and different rockets. So you have rocket one that you have a big rocket that has everything inside it. It goes up once it runs out of fuel. The other one comes out of it with more fuel that shoots up higher and it keeps going higher and higher. But instead of these rockets crashing back down to Earth, they land themselves.
Yeah, that definitely
know.
sounds like a good idea. The only question I would have for him is like, how is it that you're going to like stabilize the rocket when it's coming back down? Because
Something bigger, yeah. Because
are you
the
going
one
to put
he's
like a
using,
parachute on both ends or thrusters on both ends just in case? Because
yeah, he has a video.
Yeah.
does it?
He recorded the SpaceX landing because it lands on a platform in the middle of the ocean.
Like he like a virtual recording of it, or like
No, it happened.
He actually launched
Yeah,
it.
yeah. They
Yeah,
have the
no, this
technology
actually,
and
yeah,
everything
no,
like
this actually happened. And
I thought this was
everything.
like a simulator or
that.
something.
No.
Yeah, this actually is a thing now.
Didn't he launch a car up into space too?
So Well, we'll show you this in our stuff. Because you know who Elon Musk is, right?
Yeah.
He owns Tesla.
Yeah.
And
He also owns the Boring
the
Company,
Boring Company.
Yeah, because
where you can buy not a flamethrower.
Yeah, I seen that.
So here's a
Christmas gift.
Here's
Just
the rocket, right? It already launched the thing. It's coming back down to Earth now, right?
They're watching the video, so it might be quiet for a little bit. Don't worry. We'll be back.
Let's go back here. That's a rocket coming back down to Earth.
That's it coming back down.
Yep. And then you see where it lands at, right?
So this is it coming back down over here too.
Yep. That's the same one. Look, that's both rockets. That's the 2 stages of rockets. Boom, and it just lands.
Elon Musk is like the
People
Einstein of our generation.
I mean, honestly, it looks like he has it all figured out. I mean, I'm sure there's
reusable, everything, you know.
I mean, just look at his cars.
those cars.
The
are
Tesla
nice.
cars. They were insane.
So with that launch, he launched a Tesla towards Mars. And
Yeah, he actually took a Tesla, put it on the rocket, and
because they're called the
like a Tesla,
like a car.
Just
So-
like driving around.
I think it was the Roadster. I think he took the Roadster.
Roadster,
He took
yeah.
the new Roadster
So you took a
convertible.
Because so these are used to lift like heavy equipment up into space. So they needed to test it out. So it was like, well, might as well use the car, you know. So use the car. And it's not. I don't think. I think it's on its way to orbit Mars. So the car's gonna be orbiting Mars. Could you imagine how first of all have that much money, dude? So I'm gonna put my car in the.
You know what? It's Saturday. I think I'm gonna launch a car to Mars.
Yeah.
What do you guys say? Do I got the money? I got the money.
See,
Let's set it up.
I love it, man. I think it's gonna be another space race. You know.
He looks at his secretary. Hey, go ahead and call NASA. Tell them I'm going to launch a rocket today from my backyard.
Look, nobody's been talking about NASA lately. NASA really. I mean, again, NASA is funded from the government too.
Yeah, so they're shut down.
You know, where this
All
company
government
is
when
private,
the government
you know?
shut down, all government
Completely private.
everyone shut down.
Steph Curry was talking about.
Yeah. Oh my god. Look, the moon landing might be faked. I'm just saying.
Okay, we already talked about
it.
this.
Might be. Just gonna throw it out there.
I'm just gonna say I didn't expect it from him. I would have expected it from
Kyrie Irving.
You know something?
Look,
I
all
wonder-
right,
I wonder-
yeah, Kyrie, that was just straight retarded. But Curry's at least had a little bit of backing to it because I mean,
Yeah.
why not now? Like, why couldn't you show us a better picture of it now?
Yep. And like I said, they did a bunch of tests, and like they said, it's easy. You can fake it. You can put a studio together now to make it look like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but back in the
We
day,
could probably do that.
yeah,
You know.
but I don't think we've made many trips to the moon lately. Most of them have been to the International Space
Yeah,
Station.
we haven't done anything with the moon. Yeah.
Most of it's just International Space Station.
You know. But then again, I mean, what's on the moon for us to?
Nothing.
Yeah,
I
there's
mean,
nothing else.
They said that
since we know.
you could mine the moon and
Yeah.
get and make eventually. For us to enter like interstellar like space travel, we have to have like a pretty much a factory on the moon or maybe like Mercury or something where we could it could be automated. You can make fuel up there because then again it saves money because we don't have to launch fuel up into space. We can make it right there, and you have the moon with no gravity. You're not fighting against any resistance going up, so you're using no fuel to get to orbit. So that's like another thing. It's like we should get to the moon, build a base, be able to have a bunch of robots mine, do fuel, make
but
fuel.
we don't want to mine too much.
Yeah,
Because then we ain't gonna have no moon.
But you got to think about. I mean, yeah, the moon's not going to
That's the thing you
disappear.
got to worry about.
But you got to think how much resources could be on the moon. Well, I mean, probably is on the moon. I mean, again, that's not going to be our lifetime.
Maybe that will be the fuel they use.
True.
Moon
True.
rocks,
Moon rocks.
moon dust, mixed with
Could
nitroglycerin.
you imagine they found like oil on the moon?
Oh god, I can see it now. Some dude up there owning a mining company for oil.
Waco.
Maybe that's where the space dinosaurs were. So let's get the fossil fuel rolling.
Maybe. I wonder if they're.
See, now y'all are getting in the
Yeah, here we go.
You guys are in the same conversation as Kyrie Irving. And
Could
Steph
there
Curry
be
now.
a
Y'all-
chance
Y'all are saying some dumb
that
stuff.
there might be some fossils on the moon?
No.
Now think about this, right? I don't know.
A huge meteor.
Huge
The thing was
meteor
huge.
No.
crashes into Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
They did say it was strong enough to launch things out in outer space. I believe.
I don't believe this.
There could be a chance.
I don't believe this.
There could be a chance that the aliens intercepted bone fragments thinking it was a message from us. Next thing you know, here comes a T-Rex landing in New York City.
What the fuck? Everybody talks about like zombies. Could you imagine like dinosaurs back on Earth? Could you imagine?
What would you rather have? Dinosaurs walking the Earth or zombies?
Ooh.
I'd rather have zombies because I play Call of Duty.
Zombies.
That's gonna help you, isn't it?
Think about this: a pterodactyl. You're walking down the street, a pterodactyl just swoops down, picks up some little kid, and flies off. Like,
dude, that's
zombie you'll see coming.
Not my little kid.
See or at least hear.
Yeah. Pterodactyl. Yo, we really get inside. Everybody get inside.
If you can't see a pterodactyl coming, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah, this thing's huge.
Yeah,
that thing will block.
It doesn't matter what you're in.
That
thing could like pick you up in a freaking bus. Just
that's true. And just drop you.
No, I'd rather have zombies too.
Exactly.
Yeah, dinosaurs. They'd be a little.
I know a lot of people with a lot of guns in West Virginia that could make this fun.
Well, I mean, hold on.
Go on. What would you rather have, Robin?
Are we talking about like
zombie apocalypse?
No, zombie. Like when you think zombies, you think streets covered in zombies, things like that. Are we talking about streets covered in dinosaurs, or just like?
Well, yeah, because
like the average, like I don't know what the ratio would be. Like the like squirrels, you see a raptor, like the average we see squirrels.
Dude, that'd be freaking. No, I'd take zombies over that. Like I see squirrels every freaking day. Like, dude.
Well, you also
every time you see a squirrel, think of that. That could be a raptor.
Okay, just think of any. Well, there's not very many depictions of how many dinosaurs were actually around. You know what I mean? Like the population of.
Yeah, what's the ratio of
who knows?
Dinosaurs?
We'll probably never know.
Primates.
Carnivore.
You can find out how many mammals there were. I mean, all you have to do is compare mammals to dinosaurs. Because
true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
dinosaurs be going after.
I mean, if you were to say dinosaurs as like to how often I see a raccoon, all right, yeah, I'd take dinosaurs because just rarely.
Yeah, that's not fun though. Because I've never seen a raccoon like maybe.
Yeah, it's rarely I run into a raccoon, but shoot, a freaking squirrel. Like even when I was living in Frederick, there was always a squirrel on my back porch. Like
you will have a raptor on your porch.
Okay, so dude, that's not cool. There's at least 2 or 3 squirrels on my back porch.
So with that knowledge, okay, we'll say squirrels.
Okay. All right.
And it could be any type of dinosaur, you know?
Yeah.
Carnivore.
If it's a herbivore, I'm cool.
They'll still, Triceratops were herbivores.
Big old spikes. Herbivore, I was thinking Brachiosaurus.
Long neck.
Yeah.
Long neck. Long neck over here.
Oh, have you seen the video of that kid, the white kid with that really long neck?
Yeah. Yo, I got to chill. He's ugly as hell too, man. Not even the neck.
Are you talking about the one with the fat kid?
The guy with no neck.
The black guy with no neck.
I seen one. There was this kid, like little, really skinny white kid with a long neck, really long arms.
Yeah,
he's sitting there doing all this dancing with this really fat dude.
I don't know about that one. I was talking about the guy with no neck who got arrested. They got arrested where it's just like head into
the black guy with the big neck.
Oh yeah.
He did a video with the kid with the long neck. They did a video together.
I didn't see that video.
Yeah, they got together and put out a
everybody was getting
put a collab video out. You know what I'm saying?
It was like catch you next time.
Yeah, catch you next time. Next time. That's funny though. Yeah, I'm taking zombies.
You taking zombies too?
I'm taking zombies. I think it's a fair.
Well, if we're all taking zombies,
I can outrun the zombie.
I'm gonna go ahead and put this out there. You guys should watch Range 15.
Range 15.
Is that like zombie to squirrel ratio?
Zombie to human ratio.
Yeah. Yeah,
like any normal zombie apocalypse, World War. But okay, so then we get super technical. We talking Walking Dead zombies, or are we talking World War Z zombies?
Dude, Z Nation zombies, like the ones that can actually sprint and run after you.
I don't know. I've never seen Z Nation.
I don't know. I wouldn't.
I'm taking Walking Dead.
Yeah, Walking Dead.
Well, depends because there's that one season of those zombies that can take off running.
Okay, well we shouldn't have spoiled.
Yeah,
I haven't watched Walking Dead in years.
Yeah, it's like
I guess we should have done a spoiler alert before we said anything.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
They running.
Well, in World War Z, man, they climbed over a wall. Did you see? I mean,
No, I never seen World War Z.
You never seen World War Z? You should watch them zombies.
That's a good movie.
You can guarantee I'm getting inject myself with the cold virus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, AIDS. He did a lot of stuff. He might have AIDS.
No, remember? They knew exactly what he took as long as he took the ones with the yellow caps, not the red caps.
Gotcha.
The red caps were uncurable.
You never seen Z Nation though?
No, isn't it like a spinoff of
That's the one on the Sci-Fi Network.
Yeah, that's a spinoff of like AMC's Walking Dead. Well,
not
a spinoff.
Yeah, not a
spinoff, but
they did the testing for the zombie cure on prisoners, and like gave them all different vaccines, and only one.
Apparently, there's another one coming out like January, February time frame when like it's something similar on Sci-Fi.
Zombie stuff is getting played out though.
Yeah, it's getting.
Yeah, I stopped watching Walking Dead because it just kept on being the same thing.
Because it's like at that point, it's just like I want to see what happens at the end of Walking Dead. I just want to see them like either.
I wanted to just see Rick wake up in the hospital.
I heard that, and then I heard what if aliens?
How pissed would people be if Rick just wakes up in the hospital? It was all
they'd be pissed.
So many people would be upset, unless that's how it's supposed to play.
And like
out.
he just kills himself. Wakes up in the hospital and he's just like, I'm done. I'm done. I can't take this.
Okay.
But then I heard another scenario where it was aliens that
putting them in a mind game.
Put the zombies on the earth. I don't
think anyone's done that in a movie.
They had a virus and they wanted to see, I guess, what it would do or something along those lines.
Basically guinea pigs.
Yeah.
That hasn't been done in a movie.
That'd be good. Aliens and zombies?
I mean, there was something close to that, like Prometheus.
But how would you figure
you remember
out
when he... What?
If aliens and zombies, how would you like show the end?
Rick's about...
No, it's not about aliens and zombies. It's about aliens having a weapon, basically, they want to test, and when they use it on somebody... It turns them into a flesh-eating monster.
Yeah, got you.
They're testing a weapon. They want to see how effective it is on us.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I can see that.
You guys want to make a movie? Let's make a movie.
That could be a movie. That could be a good little indie 20-minute flick. But just imagine that Rick getting overrun, and then like he's about to die. He looks up, you see like an alien spaceship is going across, some shit like that. Maybe a shitty ending. You guys see the new Predator?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see that.
Trash.
You weren't a fan?
It's like it's rated R. So and it's like it's rated R. Like it's just not like a gory R. It's just like I'm gonna say fuck every 3 seconds R.
Yeah.
It was like nobody says fuck that many times.
But then again, it has to be rated R if it's more than 2 curse words.
Yeah, but
you're allowed if it's PG-13. You're allowed 1. Like that's in the entire movie.
One word or 2
F
different
words. One F word in a PG-13 movie.
And what I'm saying is like I didn't get to finish it, but Priscilla finished it and told me what happened at the end. But everything was just forced on you. Like the cursing was just forced, and it's just like.
Yeah, I mean
nobody talks like that, man.
They were all they were all prior military.
But then again, it's just like it didn't feel natural. It just felt like it was
nothing's natural in the military.
It was just forced. But I just like I said, I'm not a fan of the Predator movie. I'm not. I like the Alien movies, but the Predator is just like they just overdid it.
Well, I mean, yeah,
maybe
but.
Maybe the next one. I mean, I like the one where they were on the planet. Mm-hmm. You see that one?
Yeah, Predator.
They were on the
Predators.
They were on the planet and they had to like fight.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good one.
That was good. I enjoyed that one. I was hoping they would do another one spin off of that one.
Well, I don't think they never escaped. So
more people landed on there, things like that.
Did they? Yeah. More people parachuted in. Yeah.
So
I don't understand why they didn't caveat off of that. They just went back to something completely different.
This was trash. I'm glad I didn't go to the theaters and saw that.
Yeah. Well, if we're staying on the topics of movies, me and my family, we watched Split in preparation for Glass.
Okay. Have you seen that? Split. The guy has split personalities.
He's got the split personality disorder.
I've seen the trailer for it. I haven't watched that one, though. Well, he has like 6 different personalities or something like that?
22.
22.
23.
It's 20-something.
It's 23.
One of them was like the woman in the high heels or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've seen the trailer.
Yep.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
As soon as she walked into the room for the first time, my dad lost it.
Yeah.
He lost. He looked at me and just started. He was like, "What the hell?" I'm like, "It gets weirder."
So I didn't know that. So they're doing a spin-off on that.
I heard the
It's a continuation.
All right,
I heard a lot of people didn't like the ending for that one though. Split.
What happened at the end?
Well, I don't want to spoil it if you want to watch.
Well, no,
it.
I mean I've never seen it, but I heard someone had told me the ending for it, but I don't remember what it was. I just heard that
The ending.
a lot of people didn't like it.
Well, at the end of it, it shows Bruce Willis in the cafe.
Yes. So apparently there was a movie that came out before that with Bruce Willis, and he was that character. I think. Thought I read that this morning.
I don't think so. I mean, I'll look it up, but I don't. I think Split was the first one.
Was it Unbreakable? Maybe. Look. See.
No.
See if Bruce Willis is.
No, because that's when him and the kid. Isn't that when him and the kid can talk to Ghost or whatever?
I mean, it could be. I enjoyed it. It was different. It was freaky. It was a freaky movie.
I thought it was good too. Yeah, he's playing David.
I mean, the trailer didn't look bad to me. It was alright. I just didn't feel like going to the movies to see it.
Yeah, no, this is not a Marvel
So if it was
movie,
before, you said it was before Split. So before Split would have been prior to 2016.
Mm-hmm. It was Bruce Willis, and he played the same character he did in the end.
Which is the character he plays is David Dunn. And I don't think. So he should be. I mean, he should have the same name. But even that, in Split, he was uncredited for being. He was on. I mean, he wasn't credited for being at the end of that.
Yeah, I gotta look that up again. Yeah, I heard that somewhere. I wasn't sure if it was right or
Surrogates.
not.
I mean,
But not like I like movies like that. That was even though it was a little weird in the beginning.
yeah. No,
Like the girl had her finger on the lock and the door handle, and didn't try to run. Like when he beat up the father and the 3 girls in the car. This is the very beginning of the film. You see it in the in the trailer.
In the trailer,
where he's in the car and like he turns around and like he sprays the girls down with like that whatever gas and knock her out.
Yeah.
He does that, and then he turns around, like composes himself. Maybe goes to another character or whatever. But the girl's sitting there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like he doesn't like see her. Like he's sitting right next.
No. It's not that. No, I think the reason he was doing that is because she wasn't saying or doing anything.
Okay, yeah.
She was being calm and collected. That's
Yeah.
why he
And the
didn't
other
do
ones-
anything.
Yeah, that's true.
They were like, "Who are you? What are you doing?" Blah
Yeah,
blah blah.
and-
I think that's why he sprayed them because they were talking. She wasn't.
So and then she was like had her hand on the door and on the lock, right?
No. That's the doors were locked.
But she had her hand, she had her finger. She was this way.
Pull the lock.
She had her hand on the lock, and the lock was right next to the handle, and she kind of had like her thumb like resting on it. Like you clearly could have just went like that, pulled the door, and then out.
Well, no, I think the car ding. The car dinged because he had the keys in the ignition. So when she cracked the door, it went ding because the door was open.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
why.
but still, I mean, she did it kind of slow. She could have just went out.
She could have
Frozen
She
with
could have
fear.
dipped out.
I
But
mean, that was only like,
yeah.
yeah, come on now. Like, you gotta do a little bit of that. You should have just hosed her down too. Grabbed her by her neck, sprayed the other one, and then sprayed her. That's what you should have did. That would have been scary. That was gonna be. I'm looking forward to the other one, even though I probably won't see it.
yeah, Glass is looking really
So Glass
good.
is a spin-off of Split.
Okay, so Unbreakable. I see that here. Split and Unbreakable called Glass, which will be. So, what is Unbreakable? There's a film series. No, that was a film series a while ago. Let me just look up Unbreakable. With Bruce Willis in 2000. The year 2000.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm thinking Unbreakable. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. I could have been thinking about something else.
I don't think you are because look at Mr. Glass.
Okay, boom. Boom. I was right. So it is.
It is, but I don't think it has anything to do with it.
I think it does. It's the same as that characters.
Well, that's what
Who directed it? Was it the same director?
M. Night.
Boom. It's a continuation. So it's a trilogy.
Yeah, but I'm looking for the... Yeah, his name's David Dunn in that movie as well. So this was the original.
Yeah.
This was the... I guess they didn't want to... I'm actually happy they didn't want to remake that one and then do Split.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so they just went from Unbreakable in 2000. And see, a lot of people probably did, like me. I didn't know that, but...
I was 7.
Yeah, I was, 6, so... Yeah, so that was the first installment.
Yeah.
So it's turned out to be a trilogy. So each one... So Unbreakable was David Dunn's life story, which he has an accident and becomes, freakishly strong and unbreakable.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yes, I probably won't see it in theaters, but,
I don't know.
I enjoyed it. I don't see a lot of movies in theaters, and I
don't either.
I just don't. Like, if it's a Marvel movie, I see it in theaters.
Yeah, if it's
besides Ant-Man, I didn't see Ant-Man.
If it's Marvels or something that really sticks out to me.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't even go see Get Out.
I didn't either. I'm gonna see the new one though.
Us.
Yeah.
I saw a trailer for that. That looks creepy.
That looks creepy.
I saw it yesterday.
Have you seen you seen the trailer?
Yeah, I watched the trailer.
Have you seen the one where the kid is sitting face to face with, I guess, himself?
Yeah.
And they take the mask and his face is like burned.
Yeah.
He has no mouth, nothing, and it's just like. And then the wife, dude. The wife's opposite. She's always got that big smile on. That's just creepy, man.
That's. I'm just looking forward to see like what kind of twists and things are gonna happen in this one. Because like in Get Out, there was a bunch of like. You had to like watch it 2 times to kind of understand.
Yeah.
Like the best thing I liked about Get Out was the ending, because when you see him there over top the white girl, and the cop comes, like you're like, shit. Yep. he's over a white girl. He's like oh no. Then you see his friend is like, oh, but that's just how the movie was just it was perfect movie.
I haven't seen the movie.
You haven't seen it? I'm just ruining it. You just should have said something.
I mean, it's been out for a while and I haven't seen it.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Check it out. It's good.
I like the part where they figure out the Flash.
The Flash, yep. Yeah. The Flash was good. And in the beginning, where the reason why she didn't want the cop to get his information, because then when he would die later on, it would run back to him that he got his information at this time and things like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a good movie. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, there's been a lot of good movies this year. It was a good year for movies.
I haven't watched a lot of movies this year.
No, maybe it's just me watching old movies or something, but I've watched a lot of good movies this year.
Yeah, I'm really picky on movies. I know I'm gonna like it if I watch it. Like I have to know I'm gonna like it.
Like that trailer just has to be good.
Yeah.
Like,
what are your thoughts on Aquaman?
Haven't watched it. I don't plan on watching it.
That's not one of the things that's like really just sparked my interest.
Aquaman's not. You can't relate to Aquaman.
I really can't.
There was a funny picture I saw. Mm-hmm. It had Drogo.
Yeah.
When he was dying. And it had a plastic 6-pack that you get on a can around his neck.
That's funny.
And it said Aquaman at the bottom, and it was like, he likes to keep our oceans clean, so this doesn't happen to Aquaman. Oh my God. I started dying. I was like,
you gotta send that to me. That's funny. No, but I'm not gonna see it. I'm
just gonna wait for it to come out and then I'll watch it.
I'm not a fan of Marvel movies.
That's not Marvel.
No, I'm sorry, not Marvel.
DC. What about you gonna see the new Wonder Woman when it comes out?
I didn't like the first one.
You didn't like the first one?
Who's playing Wonder Woman?
Gal
Gadot.
I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your last name.
She's a great Wonder Woman.
She's a great actor in general.
I can't relate to Wonder Woman.
Well, obviously, you're a dude.
Like Bruce Wayne, you can't relate to Batman.
Well, I still want to go see Batman vs Superman.
Some people can relate.
You didn't see Batman vs Superman?
I've seen the movie. I didn't go to the theaters. I liked it.
You liked it?
I liked it.
I'm waiting for the next one to come out.
I like the extended 3-hour version. It was good.
Good lord.
There's a 3-hour version. That's the one I've seen. That was good.
That's like Interstellar time. I ain't got that.
Cause I enjoy.
I was gonna look something up. I can't remember what it was.
Bruce Willis, not Bruce Willis.
Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Willis. The actor that plays Bruce Wayne. Help me out.
Oh, Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck. I think he plays a good Batman.
He does play a good Batman.
What was the last?
He plays a good Batman.
Christian Bale.
He doesn't play a good Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, he's more of a. He's too scruffy for Bruce Wayne.
Scruffy for Bruce Wayne.
Don't get me wrong, Ben. You're a great scruff man.
Yeah,
but
he just doesn't.
You're not.
I see too much accountant.
Oh, God, it's such a great movie.
Yeah, I see too much.
What's the name of the actor that played the Joker in The Dark?
Oh, Heath
Ledger,
the man.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Great Joker.
The Joker that they had playing in Suicide Squad.
That's not a joke. I don't know what that is.
Now they're redoing the Joker movie.
They are.
Yes, with the guy who played. He was Walk the Line.
Yeah,
he was also
he's a well-known actor, but they're doing like an origin story for the Joker.
That would be great to see.
And it actually looks really good.
As long as they had the right Joker for it.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a good Joker.
You think he's going to be a good Joker?
I think he's going to be a good Joker. I mean,
dude,
I think
it's hard to top Heath Ledger's performance, man. Yeah. That Joker, he was insane.
He was great.
Yeah, I think we have to look at this movie coming out, and I think we just got to compare the two and not try to overdo Heath Ledger's Joker.
Oh, but it's going to be hard.
He's a great Joker. But again, it's almost like the LeBron and Michael Jordan conversation. Michael Jordan was good. I said, but it's almost like it's not in your era kind of thing. Like our parents look at Michael Jordan like, oh my God, right? Because they were, he was
that was their LeBron
in their time, which like LeBron or someone,
LeBron's
for us.
the greatest right now.
And I think that's going to happen the same thing with Heath Ledger and his Joker. Definitely because he's dead. That just throws you over the top with everything. Somebody dies, that's the last thing they did,
But even that might have been the last thing he did, but he had other great movies. What was it, Knight's Tale? Is what it was called?
I was going to be like, name one. Name one other than Knight's Tale.
Oh,
yeah.
See? What is it? 10 Things I Hate About You.
Never seen it.
Never seen it?
No.
It's a pretty good movie. I'm surprised.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we'll see when this new Joker movie comes out. It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah.
What happens.
And apparently, Catwoman and all them are supposed to get a solo movie as well. Like Harley, Cat, and Poison Ivy.
I don't see Harley's being that interesting.
Prey.
No, they're supposed to get one together.
Yeah, it's Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey.
That's what it's called.
Okay.
Birds of Prey. Which
have you guys seen the trailer for that? Birds of Box? The Box of Birds or whatever?
No.
It looks like a really weird movie. It's kind of like A Quiet Place, but you can't look at anything. You know how in A Quiet Place you had to be super quiet?
Yeah.
You saw that, right?
Yeah.
Great movie, wasn't it?
It was
pretty
good.
It was.
John Krasinski. He went from starring in The Office as his first gig to...
He directed this too.
The Quiet Place? Mm-hmm. He directed, wrote, and aired in it. Or starred in it. With his wife. Emily Blunt's his wife.
They need to get him in some Marvel movies. He needs to play Mr. Fantastic.
Oh. See, I remember him from 13 Hours to Secret Soldiers of Benghazi.
Yeah.
He played a phenomenal actor.
Yeah, he's a good actor. No, I enjoy him. But yeah, so you can't look at things?
Yeah, it was because it has I want to say it's got Sandra Bullock in it. No, it's not her. What is it called?
That'd be weird.
Bird Box. Yes, it is Sandra Bullock. So 5 years after anonymous, unseen present drives most of society to suicide, a mother and her 2 children make a desperate bid to reach safety. And they're all wearing blindfolds, in the movie and everything.
Mm-hmm.
In the trailer I saw, they're all wearing blindfolds and everything. And they're walking through the woods with a rope tied to trees and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly what it is. It's
I'll look that
weird.
Up. Let's see. Yeah.
It was just one of those trailers I saw, and I was like, what is going on here? Because, I mean, it's Sandra Bullock. I mean, she's a fantastic actress. Really. You didn't... Blindside.
It's a basic movie.
It is, but
it's
it was...
such a... She's a basic...
She's good in it. She was good in it.
Basic. She hasn't had a Jamie Foxx Ray movie. Like, she hasn't had a movie where it's just wow, it just makes you like when they play a role, when you think of a character, you think of her.
But then again, you also I mean,
when you think of the Joker, you think of Heath Ledger.
Absolutely.
When you think of Tony Stark, you think of Robert Downey Jr.
Absolutely.
You just don't really.
I mean, she hasn't. Well, I mean, Tony Stark's always been Tony Stark. It's always been Robert Downey Jr.
True.
I mean, you can't associate Iron Man with anybody else.
Yeah.
Because nobody else has played.
No one else has played him.
Yeah.
Same thing with Ray Charles. I mean, nobody else has tried to remake
Ray.
I
don't think you can.
You can't top what Jamie Foxx did in that movie.
Yeah.
I mean, you can at least try. But I don't think it's going to end well. You risk looking like an idiot.
Yeah.
Trying to top someone.
Look, all right. So, final thoughts on tonight's podcast. Zombies or dinosaurs in an apocalypse?
Yep. Go ahead and.
Who are you choosing?
Go ahead and post to our page what you think. Go ahead. Hit us up. and let's go ahead and when you decide zombies or dinosaurs, link your squad. Put your squad in there where you're gonna roll out with when this eventually happens or supposedly happens.
And we're capping it out at 4 people deep because
4 people total or you get
total.
4 people.
You get 4 people.
Total 4.
Can the squads meet up at any point?
You can't have squad A, squad B.
So it's you and 3 people. You gotta.
See, that'd be kind of ridiculous. Imagine the 4 of us, Matt, and just holding down this area, and zombie apocalypse just breaks out.
Look, I'm telling you,
are we holding it down?
I'd be like Shane. I'd be like Shane.
You'd be like what?
Shane, Walking Dead. If I'm running and you're dragging me along, I might kill you.
Hit you in the kneecap. That's why I'm not picking you.
Oh, you doing what? Nah, man, I'm telling you, I'll be pulling a Shane. Man, thank you everyone for tuning in to this week's episode. We appreciate the love and support. Please like our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook. Please share. The support means so much to us. This is the Lane Change Podcast. Thank you for tuning in.
Yonder.